Hi friends, welcome back to Mule-4 series of learning videos. I am Siva.thankamanee, an integration technical architect. More often, Java invocation methods are very simple in Mule-4, but it's more often misunderstood, and if understood easily, we can choose different types of Java invocation based on the requirements. So in this video, I thought I can explain different types of Java invocation and the advantages of each way of calling Java invoke. Before we see Java invocation method, I thought I can declare the results of integration pattern choices. So I have conducted a poll and there were 70 votes, and most of them preferred message sequencing to take it up first. And based on the poll, I'll be releasing and publishing videos on these integration design patterns with use cases. And I'll be choosing message sequencing first, because there are several topics to cover in message sequencing itself. And then they asked for guaranteed delivery. But I liked more towards data type channel and envelope wrapper, which is more useful, which I will cover in later next week. But I'll be covering message sequencing and guaranteed delivery in the next couple of days. And thanks for selecting this and then responding to my polling. So let's get started with the Java invocation, and there are different methods and they are more or less similar, and the basics are the same. So we are going to create a basic Java class, one with a static method and one without a static method. And you can invoke by using Java invoke component, and there is a visual way of a Java invoke component available, which you can drag and drop and then do that. And also you can invoke by using Java : invoke, which is a descriptive method. And there are some subtle difference between calling by using a component and calling by Java invoke option. The third one is there is a way where you can call directly in DataWeave by using static way. So you don't need any components to support that, you can do it directly. And also by means of DataWeave expression, instead of DataWeave component, you can use as a DataWeave expression directly by means of set payload or set variable. So we are going to see all these four methods. Let's get started. So first, let's create a simple Mule application, and let's call it as Java invoke demo. Let's create it. And in the Java, we are going to create a new Java class. Let's call it as string utility, and let's package it under com.siva. So now we are going to create two methods, one static that returns a list of string, and let's call it as split string, which accepts string data. And let's create and include this necessary utility type. Let's call it as star. And so we are going to use a string dot so we are going to say string array data list equal to, we'll say data dot split of let's use comma. And we are going to return the list of string, and instead of string array, so we are going to use arrays dot as list, and here we are going to use this data list. So this we can return. So instead of string list, which is not a convenient or standard for Mule-4, and we are using it as per the standard which is resulted in list. So this is one method, and then we will copy this and we will use the same thing, split string data, and instead of static method we simply make it as an instance method, where you need to create the instance of the Java class, and then only you can call this method. So this is sufficient for us. Let's test this. So let's create the instance now, and before that let's also create string utility dot split string, and then we can give some fruits, and then we need to create an instance which we will create string util equal to new string utility, and then we will create we will test this by using method and then call split string data, and then we'll say apple orange. So let's run this and then test whether it's running fine or not by means of Java application. Let's go to console. So both are working fine. So it's resulted in as an array of, or a list of fruits with the mango, banana and orange, and then apple and orange, which is created via instance. So now let's get into the Mule flow, and then let's see how to invoke this these two methods. Now let's create a HTTP listener, and let's initialize this. And let's say /Java invoke. So first we are going to get some fruits values, which is a comma separated value that's coming from the input, and so we will first create it by using Java invoke. So we have to use Java invoke static and Java invoke. So let's first use this invoke static, and here we will go with a class that says com.siva.string utility, and it will take some time. By using the tools, it automatically loads the method, but anyways we will go ahead with this and then choose this static class, which is this split string of string type. So let's go here, and then let's try to choose. So it's automatically displaying. So let's choose this as a method. So this is sufficient. You can just mention the type of data alone, it will accept, and you need to give the arguments for this particular string. So let's give the argument. So here the argument can be given in the same way how we pass the parameter to the database insert operation. So we will give the expression notation, and then inside it you need to give this curly braces as if we are giving for JSON. So in the input parameter argument, the first argument you need to give either as argument 0 or you can give the actual argument itself. So let's go to the class and see the argument, the parameter name is data. So we will come here and then use data colon, and let's say we are passing payload dot fruits. So we will pass a JSON parameter called fruits, and then we will give the string value. So this is the simple way to invoke this, and you need to note that the result will come as a payload, because let's go to the advanced, and result comes automatically as a payload. You need to store it into the target variable. So the target variable, we can say fruit list, and now we will choose transformation, and then let's say JSON and go and say fruits pairs dot fruit list. That's it. It should work as expected. Let's go ahead and check again and revisit. So we simply drag and drop the component invoke static, and you specify the class name. It's that simple, and then you specify the method. Either you can choose the method or you can yourself type, and if you click, you will see different options appear automatically once the class is loaded. And then we need to choose the parameter, and we need to give the parameter in the same order in which it appears here. So you can go to the arguments. The f of x automatically comes to the function mode, or you can even choose the literal mode where the hash appears in front of you. But this is good so that you can confirm that it's coming correctly. If it is saying no errors, there is no red there. And here you can give it data, or you can give it as argument 0. Both are accepted. So we will give data. So that's it, and it should work as expected. And let's run this. So let me start the application. The application is getting started. So it's deployed. Let's go. And I have already given with another name text, but let's give it as fruits. And you can see here in the first attempt itself, we got the results properly. Apple, orange, grapes, and then the list is coming appear properly. So let's go back, and then this is one of the methods where we have invoked static. So now let's delete this, and let's go for this DataWeave way of accessing the static method. So under this we can import Java : or you can give directly. Here you can give Java : and com : siva : you have to give the class name, because this is a fully qualified class name. Instead of dot, we give : and again we have to give : and call the static method. The static method is here, split string, and you have to give here, and here you can give payload dot fruits. So this is a fixed verb. You need to mention it here with the exclamation mark, and then you have to give fully qualified class name, and then give the method name, and then give the argument directly. So let's save this, and the application is restarted, and let's try this now. So we got the same result, and for testing purpose we will say banana. So this is working as expected in this way. This is a second way of calling. Never care about the issue. Sometimes it shows as if there are some issues, so don't worry about it. And the third way is to use Java way of doing it. So let's say Java, and we need to go for Java invoke. So this is used where you need to create the instance first and then invoke the method. So before that we need to drag and drop Java new. So we need to create the instance. So this instance is just like how we declare and create a new instance here. So we need to have the instance name, and let's decide this instance name. And first let's specify the class name. And constructor, you need to give string utility. This is a default constructor and there is no argument required. And let's go to the advanced tab, and then target variable, you need to choose the instance name. So the instance name is let's say util. Let's copy this. So this is a object name where it's going to create a new instance. Let's save this. And now we need to invoke this Java invoke. Put it here. And again you need to furnish the same details. We need to mention the class name, and here method you need to this different one where without there is no static keyword. It's this one, shows this, and put it here. And you don't need to mention this parameter name, it's just mention the type of the parameter. And instance name we need to specify. Let's say so vars.sutil, it automatically appears. Let's save this. And arguments you need to give in the same way. First let's introduce the expression notation, and then let's introduce curly braces, and then you can go for the parameter value, which we will say data colon payload dot fruits. It says invalid field value of splits. Let's choose this. Here it is. And it should be fine without mentioning. So yeah, it's coming correctly now. And just note down, this is the argument. Let's save it. And now when you double click again, automatically function applies, and then it indicates that there are no errors. That's one way out to find out that there are no errors. So let's go to the advanced, and then again there is a target variable, and we will use the same target variable which we used before. And let's say my fruits list. Let's copy this. Now let's come here, and then let's say fruit list, and now we can directly use this target variable that we have chosen here. This target variable we can use here in the DataWeave. So because it automatically stores it into this variable, so let's say vars dot my fruits list. So this is it. Let's restart it. It's restarted. and let's try this now. So now you see here it's fruits list, and the data is coming properly, and there is a spelling mistake, don't care about it. Okay, so this is another way, and there is one final way where where this can be used specifically when you want to directly store that under the variable instead of using this invoke. That sometimes might come handy. So let's delete these two. And we need to have this instance created already, and we will use instance. But how do we use this instance directly when you want to set the variable? So let's say set variable. Under the set variable, it's very similar to what we have seen already on the by invoke component. And let's see this. So you give Java, J in uppercase, and Java : you need to give invoke, and within bracket you need to give a set of parameters. The first one is the class name. Let's give class name, and second one is the method, and let's open this, and the method is split string of string. Let's go here, and within single quote you need to give the method with a signature, and the third is the instance name that we created here, and go here to advanced and then copy this, and then we need to choose here under vars. Okay, and now we need to give the arguments in the same way. You need to give data : payload dot fruits. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's double click. Sorry, you need to give this under here, under the value section. I'm sorry about that. So variable is my fruit list. Let's save this, and we need to close this square bracket. So the error has gone away, and now it's changed into the function. So now you can see here Java invoke, it contains the class name and method name with signature, and the object which we have created here by using new, and the parameters. The parameters is this in the same way. You need to give the curly bracket, and you need to give the parameter name. Either you can give it as a data or you can give it as arg0. Both are accepted, and I think this is done. So the result is stored under my fruit list. Now we need to go to the transfer message, and let's say JSON results, and let's say my fruit list. Let's save this. So the application is restarted. Now this time let's see our luck. Yeah, this is the important one that I wanted to make it deliberately. I wanted to make this error. So when you give Java invoke, this gave some unable to infer output media type, and it's clearly saying the remedy here. You need to give as output type, and you have to give --. So this is very similar to what we do in DataWeave. That's what we are going to do here. So here the expression itself is a DataWeave. As you know, in Mule-4 it's not a MEL expression, it's a DataWeave itself. So what we need to give here is here under the set variable. Oops. So we need to give output, let's say application slash Java, and give three hyphens. So that's it, because you are explicitly mentioning what data type it belongs to, because it says unable to infer the output media type. So you need to give output space application slash Java and three hyphens. That's what we give here in normally in DataWeave. So you give output slash output media type and then hyphen 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 is what we are giving here under the set variable. Let's hope it's coming correctly now. Let's see our luck. Yeah, there you go. Results, you see all these four fruits displayed correctly. So that's it in this video. We have seen all four different ways of using this Java Invoke. So one under Java Invoke component by using Java Invoke descriptive way, and by using set payload, and also we have seen how to access the method directly by using DataWeave by using static way. Either you can import and call, or you can directly call it since it's a static method. And also we have seen by using expression to call this within the set payload, or either you can use it in the same way in a set payload or as well as in the set variable. So that's it in this video. I hope you liked it and finding it useful. If so, please hit thumbs up and subscribe my videos. Soon I will come up with more interesting topics. Thanks again for watching. Bye.